what were your previous bands besides this?
I don't have any previous bands. I did play music throughout my whole entire life, and I had done singing for another kind of reggae band, and then I met Half Moon Day and started with them, and I originally was guitar, but I switched to bass for them, and then I have my side project right now, which is doing like writing and...
And what was the side project and what was the reggae band called?
Oh god, the reggae band? We call them Toa, but I can't remember the actual name. So they're like down in Hemet, and then, which is in California. And then my side project, which I'm making right now, which is not even like out yet, it's gonna be called Little Accident. So
what's it called?
Little Accident. It's kind of like a reference to Beetlejuice. Like when you go, they go into the lobby in Beetlejuice, and the receptionist has her like wrists are slit, and she's like, oh, I had a little accident. That's what it's gonna be called. So we're writing material for that right now.
What's the first song you did with your side project, the reggae band, and with this band?
Well, with the reggae band, we did a cover of a Paramore song called My Only Exception, and then I Love Rock and Roll. And then with this band, the first song that I learned was Triumph, which is the one we rocked at the end tonight. And then a song that we have almost a demo out for right now is called Fuchsia, and it's kind of like a reference to like drugs, drug abuse, and kind of just to feel something. So.
And how'd you get the name for this band?
This one?
2 CDs.
I'm not quite sure how they came up with it, because I came in like after they were already formed, and then I was like, Happy Day, how'd you get that? And they're like, I don't know. So they never told me.
What's the first guitar you ever got, current guitar you have, and first song you learned on guitar?
The first guitar I ever got was an Epiphone Special SG edition, and the first song that I ever learned on guitar was I Wanna Hold Your Hand by the Beatles.
And have you ever got starstruck before?
What?
Have you ever got starstruck before?
Starstruck?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Like meeting a famous person, like starstruck?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. I have met a couple people that have influenced like my music, and I could not say a word because I was just so like in awe. I've actually walked off and cried once, so it was really embarrassing, but yeah, all the time.
And have you ever had any near-death experiences before?
I have had a ton of near-death experiences. I've almost drowned, I've almost been hit by a car, and that's been fun. So that's pretty much it though.
What would your personal hell be?
Sorry?
Your personal hell, and what way would you not want to die?
How would I not want to die?
Yeah, and your personal hell.
I think my personal hell would be It's a Small World after all played over and over again throughout my life. Or just kind of being stuck, not being able to write, writer's block. That'd be my personal hell, because that's the only way I can like express what I'm doing. And the scariest way for me to die, I would say, wow, maybe drug overdose. Not that it would be plausible since I don't use. Or I've always had a fear of appendicitis for no reason. So.
And what's the first toy action figure you ever got?
The first what?
First toy you ever got?
The first toy I ever got. I have a light up Goku from Burger King, and you press his back and his hair like glows. So that was pretty cool.
First game system and your favorite video game?
My first game system was the PlayStation 2. Actually, we had the SNES, and we had the Mario Super Bowl and that. So the really old school stuff is what I grew up on. And then I got a PS2 when I was older. And my favorite game was Shadow of the Colossus. It was released in 2005, and that's my favorite because it was so revolutionary graphically for its time.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
How about your rarest piece of memorabilia you got?
Memorabilia.
Penis. Detachable penis. So Kyle's family, yes?
Goodness.
My name's Al.
I have a broken drumstick
All right.
from the used.
Oh wow.
It bounced off and I like caught it, and so it's all shattered, but it's like my favorite thing. I like put it up on my
So I see you're a fan of My Chemical Romance, Frank Earl.
Yes.
So you're a fan of The Used, My Chemical Romance, Aiden,
Like, yes, like all the
Alisana,
yes.
Bring Me the Rise, and Ask Alexandria?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My Chemical Romance has like influenced like the way I play. Not necessarily with these guys, but my personal music and my personal influence has always been driven by My Chemical Romance or Fall Out Boy. So kind of just like the early 90s to 2000s bands that made a hit back then.
Have you got to meet any of them?
No, I did see them in 2013 for the Black Parade, and I never got to meet them after that. I went to go to a couple of Gerard Way shows, and I missed the signings every time, so I guess it just wasn't meant to be.
I got to meet Frank Iero, Gerard Way, their last drummer they had for My Chemical Romance, James, who plays for My Chemical Romance, like the keyboardist, and then I met the Used.
How did that go?
Yeah, they're all nice guys. And I met Aiden, Alisana, Ask Alexandria, a few members of Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's sweet.
And what do they mean behind your tattoos? The rest of them. The meaning behind the rest of your tattoos?
This is Friday the 13th, so I kind of am into like really creepy stuff, like horror movies. So I want this to be like a horror sleeve. And then this is a Fall Out Boy lyric. The quote is, "I'm hopelessly hopeful, you're hopeless enough." So me and my friend I got hopeless enough, she got hopelessly hopeful. So music that influenced us. This is me more like, I'm kind of a very insightful person, and I take a lot of meaning from like music and stuff. So I kind of like, put that to represent myself, like as an emotional person. I'm open, I'm always hoping and dreaming about like the future and how to like improve, you know.
Who were the artists?
Haley Bears did this from Schoolhouse in Murrieta, and then she did these as well, and that one, and then Tony from Murrieta did this as well.
Oh wow.
So
it certainly can't hurt.
Down in Schoolhouse in Murrieta Hot Springs in California, you know, that's where I go to get my stuff done.
And what weapons would you use in an alien or zombie apocalypse?
Oh goodness. I would get I would get a crossbow and a katana.
And who would you visit from any time period, and who would you bring back from the dead from any time period?
Visit from any time period.
People, you know what I mean? But like,
I've always talked about when I was younger, getting a time machine and going back in time to 1994 and meeting Anthony Kiedis, the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because I was really into funk back then, and he also like influenced my music, so I was talking about that. What was your other question?
And what's your dream tour and your bucket list musicians to meet?
well, tonight we didn't do so.
The dream tour would have been when Warped Tour, when My Chemical Romance released the I Give You My Bullets album, their like first one, like in 2002? Back then, kind of that. And then my bucket list?
Yeah, your bucket list musicians to meet.
Like to meet?
Yeah.
Gerard Way, Frank Iero, Ray Toro, Mikey Way, all of NCR, let's see. I would like to meet Panic at the Disco, that'd be cool, or like Green Day, that'd be bomb. Mindless Self-Indulgence, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, they're nice guys.
They are, you met them too.
Yeah, also I got to meet Green Day. I got to go on stage with them at a show.
That's awesome. What did they have you do? Like, did they have you do something on stage?
Well, I was like towards the front, and they moved the guardrail out of the way, and they just said to come up, and I did, and me and a group of people went up.
That's badass.
And it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I love so much music, and there's so many bands like Mariana's Trench or something that I wish I could meet, you know. So.
What's the first CD you ever got and first live show you went to?
The first CD I ever got was Fever, You Can't Sweat Out by Panic at the Disco. And the first show I ever went to was the Black Parade with My Chemical Romance, and then there was Rise Against playing with them as well.
Well, the first show I ever went to was Panic at the Disco with Cobra Starship and Jack's Mannequin.
Did you like that? What album was that? Like?
Yeah, it was a really good show. So, what's the worst weather condition you ever had to play in?
Weather condition?
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a bad one yet.
How about sketchiest venue you ever played?
Sketchiest venue you've ever played? Hey, what's the sketchiest venue we've ever played? Venue?
Oh no, that one shitty place.
Do you remember the name of it? There's a 1 a.m.
And what's the first local band you ever saw and first band shirt you ever bought?
The first local band I ever saw was, I have to say, the B Sharks in Temecula, and they're like a ska band, and I haven't really heard them. And then the first band shirt I ever got was, I'd have to say a Weird Al t-shirt. It had like feathers and it said white and nerdy, because I'm a nerd.
And how about first shoes you ever bought?
First shoes, I would have to say were kind of like Converse.
How about first thing you remember saving up for?
First what?
First thing you remember saving up for?
Saving up for?
Yeah.
A concert. Saving up for a concert. I saved up like $400 to meet Fall Out Boy.
To me, who?
Fall Out Boy.
Oh, wow.
VIP. So that's like probably the first thing I ever saved up for.
And what songs would you want played at your funeral?
At my funeral.
Yeah.
Wow. Probably, I don't know, probably something very ironic. I want it to be funny and horrible at the same time. Not quite sure I haven't put that much thought into it.
How about your favorite holiday and favorite Halloween costume you dressed up as?
My favorite holiday would be Halloween. It would usually be Christmas because my birthday's near there, but my birthday's near there, so.
Microphone check.
So
Microphone
Halloween,
check.
my favorite
What's up,
costume,
Arizona?
Bill and Ted from like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
To finally hear my
Okay, well,
voice.
thanks. Your name?
Nikki.
And you play?
So we've been on the road. We
Bass
went on the
guitar
dance floor for
for
a few
half the
days,
day.
repping